This is Sidetracks, where we talk about whatever's got our attention.
Hang out with us as we get delightfully off topic.
So, Lena, what do you want to talk about today?
So, Flynt, I want to talk about finishing our character sheets that we did in the first episode, because there's 3 other sections that we didn't get to do.
That's true, and we don't really have like a place where it'll fit.
Nope. Because we, full episode 2, dived into main stuff, so didn't seem right to do it in the main campaign. So here we are.
Yep. Here we are. So, you want to be first victim, or you want me to be first victim?
I'm pretty sure you want me to be first victim most of the time.
I'm game either way.
I'm happy to do it. Let's keep it consistent for the listeners. They want me to fall on my sword first. I'm sorry. Well, I guess Mercutio uses a rapier. He uses a sword. None of my other characters use swords. Does he?
He used it once.
Go away. You know what? River also uses like his fucking lightsaber thing.
I was like, why are you talking about Mercutio when you got like a lightsaber Jedi monk?
Yeah. He uses his key to make a sword. He just carries around a sword hilt in his belt like he's really cool.
I'm sure everyone understood that reference.
Mm-hmm. That's why I said this is why it's not in the main episode.
Yeah, this is us recording first thing in the morning, so enjoy.
Good morning. So we have...
Yeah, you can tell who's a morning person and who isn't. I used to be one.
I am sometimes, but when I have to wake up to go to my coffee job at 3:30, not as much. But we have skills, beliefs, and priorities are the sections we did not do.
And so skills is 0 to 3. So let's start with that.
Okay.
Perception.
I feel like due to hypervigilance, maybe a 1. I can find things, but I feel like that's not perception, that's like recall.
Oh, you like memory?
Yeah. But perception...
I don't know, I can't see through your eyes.
Socially, I don't perceive things super well a lot.
Well, I always think of skills like instead of like base stats where it's like this is how strong I am, right? Like this is more like how much of a bonus do I have to these things? Like am I okay with this thing? Have I like trained up in it or
I think I'll give myself like a 1. I'm much more physically perceptive than visually. I feel like this is visual. Like my proprioception is good. But that's not this.
Must be nice.
Must be nice.
Communication.
I'd give myself probably a 2 on that. I'm usually pretty good at communicating, but if the situation is like really hard, it might be more of a struggle, depending on how well I know the person.
Persuasion.
3. Fully.
I mean, I have no follow-up, so mediation.
Like a 1, maybe? It's not a 3. I feel like it's not horrible, but I tend to avoid situations where I need to mediate anyway, so I'd probably give myself a 1.
Yeah, you do hard avoid it. You're like, conflict, bye.
Bye, I'm not involved.
Creativity.
What about literacy? It's because he knows I'm illiterate.
Or it's because it's early and I'm trying not to drink coffee.
I know, that's okay. You take a drink of your coffee.
It's tea. That's why I'm sad.
I know, we really gotta get you some coffee.
Literacy.
Literacy, I think I would give myself a 3. I don't want to, but I'm trying to be nice to myself. I've read a lot of things, read a lot of plays, consumed a lot of media. Fairly media literate.
Yeah, I don't know why you think, like, in any world you would be considered illiterate.
I think it's compared to a lot of my friends. I feel less literate.
Say
it.
I mean, like, I know that this is like a game of comparisons, right? But like, if we're talking like 0 to, I've read, like, I could pretty much talk on any topic, I guess, would be literacy. I mean, you can touch on most things.
That's true. We'll give me a 3. Reluctant 3.
A reluctant 3. The good old reluctant 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now creativity.
3. I'm confident.
But why?
I don't know.
I didn't mean about the confidence. I meant why 3 creativity.
I like to do lots of different creative things, like this, like cross stitching, and decorating, theater, writing. Food is very creative.
Yeah.
Speaking of.
Did you just give yourself a segue?
Yeah.
Stole my line.
Sorry.
Cooking.
3. I love cooking.
Yeah.
It's
my favorite. Good cook.
And I have like, shout out to Flynt constantly. But
thanks.
For he's given me some of my favorite cookbooks. I really like specific kinds of cookbooks. He got me for Christmas Stardew Valley cookbook. And it had, just so everyone knows, in the back of the Stardew Valley cookbook, there is a checklist for perfection to finish all of the recipes. So if you've ever played Stardew Valley and you also want to cook, get this cookbook, you can write in it. That's it. Okay.
Text heavy.
0.5, I would say. I'm not great. I can figure stuff out, but if there's a problem with my computer, I'm probably just going to say ignore and not do it. If I have to, I'll figure it. Or like the software update on my iPhone has been trying to remind me to software update. Like, you need more space before we can do this update for about a month. And I just put it off.
Okay, combat.
Combat. I would say maybe like a 1. Just
1?
Because of like stage combat.
Oh, that makes sense.
But I don't have any like self-defense training or, my Girl Scouts didn't do riflery. So.
Why that specific call out? I feel like attacked. What was that about?
I don't know. That's what came to mind. This is what comes to mind early in the morning, that my Girl Scouts did me wrong by not teaching me riflery. I loved riflery. I know. I did sell a shit ton of cookies, but
Okay. Stealth.
I would give myself a 2.
A 2?
I can be pretty stealthy if I want. I'm sneaky. I'm good at like hiding presents for Christmas. I'm good at socially stealthing.
I think that's just because the kid's not allowed in your room. All right. Street smarts.
0. I don't know. 0.5.
0.5?
Yeah. I don't... Oh, we skipped survival.
God damn it.
It's okay.
What is wrong with me today?
I mean, we're tired. Survival, I would say... Also 0.5. I don't have good modifiers for this section here. I don't like being outdoors.
So if there's an apocalypse, you're just gonna die.
No, I'm following you.
Oh, you're following me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm following you and my friend Nan. I'm definitely following her. She knows what to do.
Well, I mean, do they still have a boat?
They don't have a boat anymore, but they are like looking for land to start like an artist collective and like make a compostable like 0 carbon footprint house and have a bunch of animals, and
wow,
it's gonna be great. We can go there when the apocalypse happens. That's the goal.
That's really far. Like we have to get across the country.
To be fair, I think they still are looking for land maybe up north also, so we'll see.
Okay. Seduction.
2. He's like raising his eyebrows at me.
That's my Y eyebrows.
Y brows.
Why brows?
I think sometimes during encounters, I ask too many questions because I like not just consent based, but just like awkward questions. So sometimes people will like laugh, which isn't necessarily bad, but I also don't like dress for any particular gaze. Gaze.
Yeah, but you do dress for the gays.
Yes.
Gay. Gays.
Amazing.
I'm never releasing this. Okay.
That was just like the sound of the closet door like trying to shut on us. It was like, no, don't leave.
Luck.
No, I always dress for the gays. Every time I go out, it's like compliments. Luck, I would probably say a 1. I did think about sometimes lucky things do happen to me. Like when I went to that concert last fall, and then I got that free VIP ticket and got to meet like 2 of my favorite artists. And
who were they?
Oh my gosh. So one of them is Jordy. They're both LA based, and the other one is Z Machine. I was going to see Z Machine because he has a bunch of songs on Mercutio's playlist.
That's right, people. We have playlists for all of our characters.
Yeah, we do. I'm sure that we'll like do a 5-episode arc on that. But I went to see them, and somebody just asked me, like, I was waiting in line, I was in full drag. It was great, because I was like, he wants to go to this concert. And somebody came out, and they were like, do you want a free VIP ticket? My friend canceled. And I was like, yes. So we went in and got to like do the whole thing, and I met some new friends. We were in the front row, and then I got kissed on the mouth by Z Machine during Mercutio's favorite song, and I like died, and all my new friends were like fanning me and just like, it was your song. It was great. Fantastic concert. Can't wait to see them again in August. So I'll give myself a 1.
I was like, I totally lost the thread. Okay. Handling animals.
I give myself a 2. I like animals. I'm pretty decent with animals.
Yeah, now it's animals, not just cats.
Yeah, it was just cats. One time I held a chicken in 5th grade and it flapped out of my arms and like maimed my face.
Sounds like a chicken.
It didn't do it to anybody else though.
It's because you were anxious, probably.
Probably. I don't... Oh, I was kind of like scared of horses as a kid too.
Of horses? I mean, they are big.
They're so big. Like, I just didn't have any exposure to... I think that's part of the problem.
My mama owned a horse.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
What color was it?
I honestly, like, what's really weird is, like, I remember, like, helping her with it, and I don't remember any details about the horse.
Do you remember its name?
No.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that weird? Like, I know I didn't make it up. Like, she, like, rented out, like, barn space and, like, owned a horse for a while.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, I don't know.
Well, we hope that horse is we hope that horse had a good life.
Yeah.
But I give myself a 2. Now that I moved in here, I like dogs. Once I have exposure to animals, I'm a lot better. Because I didn't have exposure to dogs or horses, really. You know?
I had exposure to lots of animals.
I know, you love animals.
All right, pacifying children. You know, everyone's pastime.
Why would I want to pacify a child with my energy?
Because you want to sleep?
I know, but I would just much rather have them get to a good place and decide that sleeping is the best thing for them.
I feel like that's what they intended by pacify. It's like, they didn't want to say handling children. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. I didn't think about that.
Like, because it would be like pacifying animals, I think, is like the same vibe, right?
Yeah, it's just like dealing with.
Yes, dealing with.
But they wanted one
interacting with.
Historically, I hate kids. But now that I've moved here and live with a child, you're a child. I figured out that I don't like bad parenting. It's not that I don't like kids.
You don't like that the kid wasn't given the tools to be able to interact with the world in a better way.
Yes, or like given more help regulating themselves, given more support. So I would say now like 1.5. Also, because like I've done a lot of children's theater. So
You've done so much children's theater. Whenever you're like, I hate kids, I'm like, I mean, so much of when I first met you, what you were doing was just kids shows.
I know, because they pay. Dude, they pay great. Like, kids, I will say, if you're trying to, I mean, some of the people listening to this are like way more quote unquote professional actors than me. They're going to be like, what's she talking about? But children's theater is consistent. It pays. You're performing like minimum 5 days a week.
Wow, that's so many.
It's too many. Like, usually it's more like 6.
Weren't you in like 3 shows at one point?
Oh, constantly. I was constantly in 2 or 3 shows, especially when I was doing kids theater, because it is during the day. So, and usually during the weekdays, primarily. Well, it depends, because sometimes you perform at school, sometimes you don't, if it's during the summer. But, it would be, you were able to do multiple things, because you were doing that during the day, and then you would do other rehearsals in the evening.
So I feel like you can entertain kids.
I can, if I want to. Yeah. Most of the time, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend my spoons that way, but I certainly can. If I was, like, in a situation where, like, the stakes were, like, you have to, get these kids to a certain place or, like, entertain these kids for a while, I could definitely do it.
Help this kid without losing your shit.
Yeah, I could do it, but I don't like to. So I would say, like, 1.5, I guess.
All right. We're going to move on to beliefs. Okay. So this is still 0 to 3. I feel like this one we're going to kind of have it be the strength in which you believe in this thing.
Okay.
All right, so the first one is a higher power or higher power in general.
I would say probably 1 for that for me. I was raised Catholic, and that's why.
And that's why, that's it? That's the only explanation?
There's, like, any ex-Catholics out there will probably understand in some way, but I feel like the pressure was too much, and then I needed to hard go the other way a little bit. But I'm not an atheist. I think there's a lot of things going on out there. I just don't particularly, like, know what they are or think that that's, like, the only thing, I guess.
You also have a lot of witchy friends who believe
sure
in, like,
do.
different higher powers.
Yeah, and, like, I think, like, whatever you believe in, go off, Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not here to tell you what to believe. Like, belief is ever-changing, so.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Fate, destiny.
I would give that probably a 2 for me.
Final Destination.
Oh, don't talk about the logs. I just watched we watched Final Destination, the first one, because I haven't seen any of them. Mm-hmm. We watched the first one.
Yeah, because I needed her to understand. Okay, we're almost 10 years apart, first off. So, like, I needed her to understand why it was such, like, a gangster move for them to advertise the new Final Destination with a log truck.
Yeah, horrifying.
It was so mean. It was so mean and so good.
It's great, but now everyone's scared of log trucks. I'm sure those drivers appreciate it. Nobody tries to cut them off.
I'm not scared of log trucks. I'm aware of them.
I am hyper vigilant of log trucks. I would give myself a 2 on this.
We're talking about Fate, Destiny, by the way, not Final Destination.
I'm unsure. I'd give myself a 2, I think, because there are so many choices that we make that determine what path we're on. Like, there are an infinite number of paths, I think.
Yeah, what did you say when we were talking about it before? Was it Everything, Everywhere?
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. That movie, oh my god, great movie. But, like, each choice you make, there's an infinite number of paths that stem, like, from that. And so I think there are, like, a lot of paths that will always lead you to some things. that are like meant to happen to you, but like you have choice in what those things can be, based on the actions that you're taking and stuff. But I think just based on our surroundings and situation, there's always going to be some stuff that is probably going to happen, I guess.
Okay, magic.
I give that a 3. Not because I ascribe to a specific magic system, but I think because of what you said, like I have a lot of friends who are like really witchy and believe in magic, and I feel like I've seen it a lot, but also just the magic of like people and kindness and like everyday magics and stuff. What?
Sorry, it was just really cute. The magic of kindness is very adorable.
The magic of kindness.
Soulmates.
I give that a 2 for the same like reasoning as fate or destiny. Also because I don't believe that there's like one soulmate. Being poly, lol, it's not a thing. But you can have so many soulmates, and like relationships are about choices and effort.
Yeah, there's a lot of work.
Yes, and also I believe in like different kinds of soulmates. So like you can have romantic soulmates, but you can have like I call them like creative partners or like creative soulmates, like you.
That's very sweet.
Or like I've had a few people that I've like called my scene partner in acting before, of like I just love working with them that way. I think that there's a lot of different kinds of soulmates you can have. So I'd give that like a 2. No, I'd give that a 3. I'm gonna change my answer. I give it a 3.
Okay. All right.
Moving up.
Good and evil.
I'd give that a 2. I think good and evil is like, are you doing things for the benefit of the community or others, or are you acting with malice towards those things, or like selfishly in a way that hurts other people?
I like that clarification. Selfishly in a way that hurts other people.
Yeah, because like selfishness, that's something I loved learning, and I feel like I learned in theater college, was like selfishness is not bad.
Yeah, it's a neutral. It really depends on the consequences.
Yeah, because like selfishness can just be like centering yourself and your needs, which I'm historically bad at.
Right, like something that my partner and I do is give each other breaks when we both feel like we're approaching burnout. So if one of us is like, I am like at the absolute edge, we'll be like, great, go get a hotel and be by yourself, right? And that is selfish inherently, but it also isn't evil. I would argue it's for a common good. Because, having a neurodivergent person burn out and need to be a parent and need to be in a house with 3 other people it's not a good time.
No, it's bad for all of us. None of us like it.
Not good. All right. Look,
I would probably give like a 1.
well, you were saying that you were relatively lucky earlier, but like, as you don't strongly believe in luck?
Like, okay, I'll give it like a 1.5. I'm pretty neutral, I would say.
Okay, I just want to be clear. When I clarify, I'm not challenging the number you've given.
I know that. I'm like, you know what? That's fair. I'm pretty neutral about it. Like, I don't think it's the only force that governs the universe, and I don't think it's like one of the most powerful forces. But right. I think it's there. Like,
you're not Zayd.
No, I'm not.
Okay, you ready for priorities?
Yes.
So priorities kind of goes back to the 0 to 5 scale here. So family.
3.
Okay. Is that all you want to say about that?
I think so. Okay. Today, yeah.
Friends.
5, for sure.
For sure. Love.
5.
Home.
I give that a 4. Because sometimes I can let certain things at home go, but usually I try to keep it like a pretty clean space and have it be a nice place to come home to, stuff like that.
Yeah. Health?
I want to say 5. Because of...
But, I mean, is it a priority? It's not like the quality of health. It's like, is it a priority?
Yeah. I mean, I think I haven't been making it as much of a priority lately as I should or want to be. So I'd give it like a 2 right now. I think it's going up.
That's good.
I'm making it go up, like, been eating better and sleeping more and having less coffee, stuff like that.
Praise.
Oh, we'll give that a recovering 2. It used to be a 5 for sure.
Yeah, like you needed those accolades and those A's and all that stuff.
Yeah, and I can tell even, I haven't told you about this, even the difference between, like, when I was on social media, like, for me, versus being on it now for work, for the podcast, I literally, like, don't get that, like, serotonin hit off of people liking stuff.
Oh, interesting.
I used to get it so hard.
Oh, I mean, that kind of goes back to what we were talking about with, like, what you wanted out of your career before. Right?
Yes. Because it now it's not like, I want people to like me. It's like, I want to be proud of my work. And inherently, the people that are meant to like it will like it.
I want to have, like, a full episode on beliefs and, like, priorities, because it's so interesting, because I feel like your answers for your beliefs influence your priorities. And anyway, I just think it's really interesting. Justice.
4. Lots of neurodivergent justice.
Yep. Truth.
Also a 4.
Yep. Power.
I think that's like a 1 right now. That's also like I feel like a recovering 1.
A recovering 1. Like, did you want more power before, or?
Yeah, like, I feel, like, the next thing is fame, and they kind of go hand in hand a little bit.
Talk about them together.
Yeah, fame I would also give, like, a 1 right now. But those two, like, I wanted to be on Broadway, because I wanted to, like, be, quote-unquote, successful in my field, right?
And that whole, like, formula for, it only looks like this. Success only looks like this.
Yeah, like, either working for, like, a Lort theater, like a, in the Union Regional Theater, or, like, on Broadway.
So it's almost like you're a recovering elitist.
Yeah, theaters can be very elitist.
Well, I mean, I feel like we all kind of get, like, a taste of that in college. Like, if you go to college, especially, there's, like, a lot of elitism of, like, this is what the top of the top do.
Yes.
This is what success looks like, right?
Higher education definitely does that. But I feel like both of those, they used to be more of a priority, not necessarily because I wanted it, because I thought that's what I had to do. And now I'm like, I don't really care about that in relation to everyone in the world. I like my autonomy, but I don't view that as that necessarily.
Okay, so we're on wealth? Wealth.
I would give that like a 2 right now. It's 2 or I'll say 3, because I think about it a lot right now.
I mean, you had some unique financial circumstances, and
yeah, and that's okay. So it's in the back of my brain a lot, but it's improving. So we love that for me.
Others' opinions.
I feel like that's a recovering 2 as well. Same as, like, praise. Those kind of go hand in hand. But I used to, like, only care about what other people thought. And I feel like I'm doing a lot better with that.
Yeah, it's not the vibe I get from you now, so.
Yeah, maybe about, like, certain things sometimes, but, you know, if I'm doing something for someone, I care about their opinion because I want them to like it or find it a good service or whatever. But, you know, if I'm making decisions alone, I'm perfectly happy deciding on stuff.
That's awesome.
So.
All right, so that's you. I'm up next.
Yes.
But first,
a word from our characters. Love the show? Of course you do. Want to learn more? I mean, who wouldn't? Well, you've come to the right bard. This is Mercutia's Market with your host, me, Mercutia Claudius Titania Banquo Ulysses Falstaff, and yes, I did make the name myself. If you have questions for your wonderful hosts, or me, or anyone else you've heard on the podcast, but mostly me, email us at queerdicerolls, that's ROLES, at Obroris, that's OBRORIS, archives.com. If you wish, you can send these poor, tired queers the funds for their iced oat lattes through our Ko-fi, Queer Dice Rolls. Be sure to follow us on your favorite platforms. If you'd like to peruse these or any other links, check out our link tree. This week, we want to thank our friend Falcon for her lovely piece of fan mail. We'd love to have you on the show to spill more character tea over some tea. You're gorgeous, and we love you. That's all for now, but I'll be back next week. Ta-ta! And we're back.
Hi.
Hi. So now it's your turn.
No.
I've been dealing with this all day.
I'm sorry, I'm grumpy.
No, it's okay. So first we're going to start with skills again. Again, this is 0 to 3. So we'll start with perception.
I'm going to give myself a very generous 1. I don't have like the world's worst eyes, but I have like a lot of problems with attention, and I don't have good night vision and a whole bunch of other shit. I wear glasses, so.
It's true. They're cute glasses, though.
Thank you.
Communication.
I'm pretty good at communication, I feel like. I'll give myself a 3.
Yeah, I would buy that.
Worked really hard to get better at understanding and listening and stuff.
It's true. I've seen it. Persuasion.
Probably a 3. I can be very persuasive when I want to be.
It's true. I hear the dog, so I'm going to let him in. Hey, sir. Come on. Hi, baby.
He's very demanding.
Yes, he is.
I think the sun is no longer in the living room.
Yeah.
So what happened?
He was like, I can't lay in the sun. I'm going to come and sit with you.
Okay. What's next?
Mediation.
Mediation. I'm pretty good at mediation.
Oh, yeah.
So probably a 3. Why don't we like give my persuasion a 2 and my mediation is a 3? Because like
Okay.
I'm pretty good at dealing with conflict.
Yes, you are. Between whomst?
Oh, who? Well, the boys have very similar personalities. They'll be best friends when they're older. But right now they fight.
But the mediation is strong.
Yeah.
Literacy.
I would give myself a 3. These are all really high compared to what we did before.
I know. I mean, to be fair, I feel like they're skills that are modifiers of things that you had like higher over in like the body or mind section, you know?
Oh, that's true. So literacy, like I love reading. Mm-hmm. I am very well read, but I for a long time couldn't read because of how ill I got. My brain just couldn't do it, and so I'm trying to get back to where I was before. But I am very well read.
You could read like a book or two a day, right?
Yeah, I mean it would. Let's say like a 300 to 500 page book I could read in an afternoon.
Speed reader. Speed reader.
Reading at speed.
That's right. Creativity.
Probably a 3.
I would have been mad if you were like, no, not this one.
Yeah, I can draw, I paint, I write, do this.
I feel like you do. Oh, you do like...
I embroider.
You've got a lot of cool tattoos you helped design.
Yeah, I did. I helped design almost all my tattoos, yeah.
And you really like, I feel like fashion and stuff fall under this too. You really like making outfits and stuff like that.
I do. I just am not good at it. at the moment.
Maybe for yourself, but still for other people, you're very good.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I do love pretty dress up.
Yeah. I feel like you'd be a really good stylist.
That's very sweet of you. I would need to learn a lot more about like what other people care about in fashion in order to be good at that.
That's fair. I feel like
I'm good at helping people with what I know about them and what I know goes together and stuff.
Yeah, if you know what a person likes and stuff.
My mom and my sisters are very fashionable.
Same.
They're so cool. So much cooler than me. They are very party.
All right, cooking.
Cooking. I'm going to give myself a 2 to your 3 because skill regression. Let's just be real. A lot of these like literacy, I almost give myself a 2, but like it includes so many things just because of my skill regression with like reading and stuff. Thanks, chair.
Hello? Who's in this chair?
Yeah.
Okay. Tech savvy.
2. I am
good at it.
I don't like know a whole bunch just like rote. But I'm capable of problem solving and learning and looking it up, and I know enough about hardware and software to do stuff about it.
Yeah, like I'll ask you tech problems and you can help me. Or you're like, did you do this? And I'm like, I don't even know what that is. So combat.
2. I'm pretty tough, and I've played a lot of sports, and I've boxed and done capoeira and a bunch of other stuff. So, like, I haven't done capoeira and stuff in a long time, but I box regularly, so probably a 2.
And you have a lot of self-defense training too.
Yeah. Z did Hapkido and taught me a lot of self-defense in college. So
cool. Stealth? Nope, I skipped. Survival.
Yay, I'm not alone. Okay.
You're never alone. Not when I'm here.
Survival. I really think that depends on where you are. When I lived back in the southeastern United States, I would have given myself a 3 because like we went backcountry camping and like had everything on our backs for like the next 3-4 days, and I know how to read like maps really well and know how to use a compass and land markers and all of that stuff, and I knew about all the flora and fauna. But out here, like, it's not like I lost my skills with like a map or a compass. I just don't know as much about flora and fauna. So I think I'll give myself like a 1 out here. Because I'm still learning. There's a lot more to learn and a lot of different things to be aware of, and the weather's so different.
And the earthquakes and stuff.
And yeah, so it's just different natural disasters, right? You know.
But in like a general apocalypse, I feel like you would do very well.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
That's why I'm staying with you during the apocalypse.
I used to have a plan for the zombie apocalypse when I lived in Atlanta.
Was it when they were filming The Walking Dead there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad I read that right. Stealth.
0. I am a very large dude, and I am clumsy, and I'm just not stealthy.
And that's okay.
That's why, like, I used to make really dexterous characters who could do stuff I couldn't.
Rogues?
Yes.
Speaking of rogues, street smarts.
Street smarts.
Street smarts.
Street smarts are pretty good. I'd give myself a 1.5. I've lived in a lot of big cities, and had jobs where, I was in the service industry, or I had to work late at night, or be in not the nicest parts of town, or whatever. It's really just be aware of what's going on and treat people like people. I don't know.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. Seduction.
This is a weird one. I feel I've only had the one partner. So if it's with Z, 10 out of 3. If it's anybody else, 0, I hope.
It's because you're also like not trying.
Yeah, I don't want to be seductive to anybody else. So I don't really have a like I know how to be seductive to my partner. How's that?
Yeah, but it's like not a thing you're prioritizing.
Yeah, so I'll say in general 0, with Z 3.
Luck.
0. I'm not a lucky person. I'm an unlucky person, if anything. I get hurt a lot, and I have like weird bad combo of bad things happen to me. But I am married to somebody who has a bunch of luck. So I don't know, maybe at this point we're both like, I'm a 1 just from rubbing off.
By proxy.
Yeah, by proxy.
I mean, last night you won dominoes, so.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know. It was the 1. Handling animals.
3. I love animals.
Hi, baby.
Yeah, I love animals, all kinds. I love critters. I used to catch like all kinds of bugs and toads and frogs and lizards and snakes and all kinds of stuff when I was a kid. Had birds, grew up around cows and horses and chickens and all kinds of stuff.
Cool. And Kip is like currently on the bed just like staring at him like, why aren't you constantly loving me? And our favorite, pacifying children.
I would give myself a 3 because I've worked really hard at it. I wasn't always like super good at young kids. I actually taught teenagers and like college age students for a while. I really enjoy talking with them and being around like younger minds. I sound so old.
Well, it's fun to be around people who are discovering and like solidifying their beliefs.
I think that's why like when you were like so upset about your gullibility, like I love it because I love discovery and curiosity, and I really enjoy seeing how the unconditioned mind works.
Yeah.
But yeah, I worked really hard to be good with like little kids, and I always thought I'd have 2 or 3 kids. So yeah.
Yeah, you're great with kids. All right. So that's skills. Let's move on to beliefs.
All right. You have to like keep me from talking too much in this.
Okay, I'll try.
Because I want so badly for us to have like a really interesting philosophical discussion about beliefs.
Well, I think like you said, we should just do an episode kind of on that. I'm sure we can find like
we should sidetrack.
Yeah, we should continue to sidetrack. Sidetrack part 2, the sequel, beliefs.
Electric Boogaloo.
So this is still 0 out of 3. So first we start with higher power.
3. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this is where like my distinction between your spirituality and your beliefs, and like organized religion comes in.
Okay.
Because I no longer go to church, but I still believe a lot of the same things. And so like I 100% believe that there's powers, beings, whatever word resonates with you, that they're out there and have an effect on the universe.
All right. So what about fate and destiny?
This is interesting. This is usually a longer conversation. I do believe in them. It used to be a little triggering because I was raised like Presbyterian for a lot of my childhood, and it's very big on like predestination of like everything. There were lots of debates we had where it was like everything is predetermined for you.
Oh, interesting.
And like, is there even free will? Because everything that's going to happen or that's meant to happen is going to happen, sort of conversations. And I believe that, again, there's higher powers, so like the universe or God or gods, depending on who you are, right? That they give you opportunities, right? Mm-hmm. And there's things that are meant to happen for you, But whether or not you engage in them is your choice. You're just given more or less opportunities to engage in them, right? Like if you're really meant to meet someone, if you really need that person in your life, I truly believe you'll be given multiple opportunities to meet that person and choose to have them in your life.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we can connect it to like God, I never would have met Bartis, but man, did I work at that dentist, and did he have to come in a lot for a hot minute?
Well, and I mean, like the circumstances of like how we met Bartis and Buck, right? Like so interesting, and so specific. Like Bartis calls it serendipity. I'm like, how could I not personally? I'm not going to tell anybody else what to believe. How could I personally not believe that there was some thing or someone or trying to move stuff around so that this really weird circumstance would happen? And it's the same with like you going to the dentist, right?
Yeah, something's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so you give that one a 3, you said? Okay, and then what about magic?
A 3.
All right. Are they all going to be 3? Stay tuned. So magic, a 3.
That's a 3.
Why?
I think that there's that, I'm going to totally butcher the quote, but there's the quote of like any like properly advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic.
Ooh.
And I think that also like I very strongly believe in like science and discovery and understanding, like, and trying to quantify the world. I think that's a really cool thing that humans do. But I think that it's the same with things we don't understand, right? I think that there are things that we can classify as, people use different words for it. Magic, miracles, interventions, whatever it is. Like, we just don't understand it. Mm-hmm. And that makes it magical, and it's a power beyond our understanding, and the word we put on it is magic. And so, yeah, of course I believe in magic. There's so many things we don't understand, and there's so many things that happen or that we have power over, and like, whether we have, like in fantasy, we talk about ki and things like that, but in witchcraft and stuff, there's like exerting your will over things or putting your energy into it, or there's so many ways that we affect the world that we don't have measurable, quantifiable things for yet. And I think those things are magic.
Okay, I know. No, you're right. I do want to just like talk about this. I'm trying to. We'll do a different episode. All right. All right. Our answers are just so different.
They are very different.
It's
and
great.
then we both like left church, right?
Yes.
So like, and yeah, we could talk about it forever. We could do that after we record this, right?
Yeah. All right, soulmates.
Okay, so soulmates kind of blends in with my fate and destiny thing. I think that there's a lot of people like you. Like I agree with you. Like I believe in it. I believe that there's people that are meant for us at times in our life, and we choose whether or not we want them in it. Mm-hmm. Because I know that relationships are work.
Oh yeah.
And I like you. I don't believe that there's only one singular person out there. I think there's lots of people that can enhance your life, can make your life better or worse. I think that there's people that we're meant to meet and that they have a profound effect on our life, whether it's good or bad, right? And we choose how long to keep those people.
Yeah, because even if it's like a person who has a negative effect on your life, you still learn things, right? Like you're meant to learn something that way.
Yeah, I don't believe I don't really prescribe to everything happens for a reason, quote unquote. I think that there's some things that just happen, and that there's others that we need to have a meaning behind it. Mm. And I think that that's a deeply personal thing, and I'm not going to tell anybody when they're going through something terrible, oh, everything happens for a reason. Because I think that that's dismissive. Like, maybe this thing truly was just a tragedy. Or maybe this thing was something that this person needed to wake up and change their life, right?
Yeah, it all depends.
And I think that there's a really interesting kind of convergence of things that were always meant to happen and how they happen and how we react to them, in terms of like the impact that they have on our lives.
Mm. All right, good and evil.
I do believe in good and evil, so that's a 3. I think most of these these are all 3s. I do believe in good and evil. I don't believe that like people are just born evil. But I do, or that anybody's like inherently good, but I do think that there are ways of being and acts and almost like an energy that you can, through your choices, infuse into yourself. Because like if you're doing things out of love and or hate, those things are neither, like a lot of people are like, love is always good and hate is always bad. Mm-mm. And that's not true. Mm-mm. It's really depends on the consequences of being motivated by those things.
Yeah.
But there are truly like heinous things that people can do that are like you said, purely from hatred of others and selfish and or like indifference, I think is something that can be very evil sometimes.
Yeah.
So I do believe in those things, and I believe that they're in the world, but I think they're a lot more nuanced than I was raised to believe that they are.
That's fair. Okay. And then finally, in beliefs, we have luck.
I 100% believe in luck. I am very superstitious, to a weird degree, especially around sports.
That's true.
I knock on wood, I throw salt over my shoulder, all that kind of stuff. But again, it's really just about believing like what you put out into the universe has an effect on you.
Yeah.
And plus, I'm married to someone who is extremely lucky. This is very different from privilege. Let's be very specific. Yep. It's really different from privilege. There are privileges involved, like in our lives, but I think luck is that something extra. It's the circumstance that like allows you to be in the right place at the right time, or yes, pick the winning hand or whatever. It's that thing that makes randomness less random.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now we've got our final category of priorities. We're back to 0 to 5. So let's start with family.
5.
Yep. Yeah. No comment.
No, just is 5.
Yeah. Friends.
5. Yep. A lot of my friends are my family, so.
Love.
5.
Home.
5.
We got all 3s, all 5s. And health.
Health is has to be a priority for me, because if it isn't, then I get worse. Mm. Unfortunately, it's more important that I prioritize my health to prevent a flare-up. So a flare-up is usually used in like with people with chronic conditions of conditions getting drastically worse because of a trigger of some kind, or drastically worse for a period of time, essentially. So it's more important that I prioritize my health for prevention of a flare-up than for actually like improving, which sucks. The improvements are very, very, very slow. But the flare-ups are really fast.
Yeah, they really are. It ain't fair. And praise.
So I think 4 for health.
Oh,
I don't
I'm so
remember what I
sorry.
said. Praise. Praise is probably like a 1 or a 0. It used to be the most important thing in the world because it meant that I was neurotypicaling right. And that I wasn't going to upset people and there wasn't something wrong with me, you know, sort of thing. And now I don't need that approval from other people. I more look to see if I'm helping with the people's lives that I care about, right? Like, it's not that I need them to tell me I'm doing a good job. It's that I want to see that our life is like more harmonious than discordant.
Mm-hmm. Justice.
5. Very neurodivergent, like sense of right and wrong, and strong sense of justice
and truth.
We all know this is a 5. 5, very honest. Truth is very important. I don't understand not having it be important.
Yeah, you just don't lie. It's not worth the
If
energy.
I do lie, it's not on purpose. It's because I don't remember properly. Which happens. Like, I'm not going to say I never lie. Like, that's not true. Like, I definitely unintentionally lie from time to time. And when I was younger, I would white lie, you know, do the lies where I was like, is this what you want to hear?
Yeah.
Because I was scared. But as an adult, it's more like if I do lie and you catch me in one, it's because I forgot and I misremembered what happened. Yeah. Which is why I have so many alarms and notes.
Oh, we thank alarms. This podcast is dedicated to alarms. Power.
Unfortunately, I have to be a little bit more focused on it because of my rights being taken away actively.
Yeah.
So in terms of like power, I'm thinking like it's equality, like power in that I have just as many rights and privileges as the people next to me. Mm-hmm. But outside of that, like I don't want power. I just want to be able to live my life.
So what do you want to give it?
Probably a 2.
Okay. And then fame.
Nah. Which is ironic. It's like a 0, 1. I think fame and wealth are kind of in the same ballpark. Like,
okay.
My living circumstances are more a product of my husband's ambitions than mine. I would live in a tiny house in the mountains and do all of the stuff for myself every day. Like, because that makes me happy and I like things simple. But I'm doing this podcast and like I write and things like that because there were a lot of characters that like saved my life. And if you can even like have one person that's affected by stuff that you do, like that's really meaningful.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's all worth it for one person. Mm-hmm. And finally, others' opinions.
Not so much anymore. I think I'm a little more worried about them again because of the world and because of safety. More than, you know, do you like my shirt kind of, or do you like the job that I have or whatever. It's more like I'm worried about what other people think because of it's more excusable in many areas to be violent or angry towards trans people. So yeah, I'll give that a 2 as well.
Okay. All right. We did it. We finished our character sheets.
Oh my gosh. Now I want to have 8 other conversations.
Well, luckily, we run this podcast and we decide what the content is.
So. Yeah, we'll check in with the bosses, right?
Yeah, we'll check in with the CD.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us on this sidetrack.
Yeah, we'll see you next time for something extremely different.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.